Hello. Very well, and you? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Wait that I will be right back. I have to grab my notebook. There's a list for today's reading. Do you have someone in mind, Amu? All the members? Las Ignora. Um, the reading for Lisa is going to be for the channel. It's not out yet, but it's going to be for the channel, not to do on a live stream. For NCT 127, it's on the list for the group. I have to do it. It's in the list. Maybe next week. Maybe next week. I have Enhypen, I have Ive, Le Seraphine, and maybe I can add NCT 127. Then I have NCT Dream as well, so Wavy. There's a lot, but yeah, maybe next week. I don't know, La Signora. I have a lot of reading pendants. Like, I have them on the list, but you know, I'm just one person. Like, I don't have everything like scheduled. I do them when I can, or when I feel like reading for them. Individual readings for Blackpink members, I accept Jenny that it's going to be her birthday in January. I don't think it's necessary because I read for them as a group, so, you know. Yeah. Yeah, and Hypen is on the list. Didn't I do Hypen already? Like, yeah, but in the ones that I'm doing, like for the groups 2024, I didn't do them, right? Because I don't know, I get confused sometimes because yeah, we do talk about them. So I see the name and I get this deja vu. So yeah, I know we talk about it on the live stream, but yeah, proper reading. Yeah, they are on the list. They are probably for next week. Hey, Gian. I blocked this person, like this commenter in here, because I actually, like, one thing that I do not appreciate is solo stance. Like the level of disrespect that you have to have in your body. Like, I understand, I have biases as well, so I know we always want to hear about our biases. But you cannot be like, oh, I'm only interested in one member. Like, that's so selfish, and that's so toxic, from someone to be like, I'm not interested in the rest. Like, okay. Thank you, Gia. Like, I think that that's the worst of fans. Hey, Samara. Hey, Tessie. Did I say hi, Tessie? I'm gonna I'm gonna be silent watching. Okay. Please, if you see some solo stands, please can you block them for me? Do I have to whistle, like, to be like, hello, look, there's one here. Like, oh yeah, they're so annoying. Like, I understand that we have favorite. Like, I get it, but it's so sad. It's so sad. Like, all the girls work really hard for you to just be interested in one. Like, but well. Amil, do you have, like, you asked something about a ship? Um, do you have a duo in mind that we haven't read for yet? How are your kittens doing? Very well, thank you. Actually, Luna is doing very well. She's taking a nap. Negrita is also taking a nap, but she's feeling a bit under the weather, I would say, because I don't know if it's because of the heat. She's not eating that much. She's like, with the food, because it's too hot in here. So maybe she's just. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Solo stands are sometimes hard to deal with rather than antis. Yeah, because they are sort of antis, but because they have a preference, they stick around. So that's where the toxicity lies in. You know, that they don't go away. They just stay because they're like, okay, I have to wait for. I guess I have to stay because I have to listen about my favorite, but that's horrible. It's like having an enemy in disguise, something like that. Oh no, it's not Luna Hope. It's the other one, the black one, Nerita. Um, but she eats all the time, so maybe she doesn't like the food. I don't know. She's special. I don't know. How are you guys doing? Are you preparing for tomorrow? For if you celebrate Christmas, how are you preparing? For the duo ship I have in mind are Doyon, my arch. Well, pick one, Omi. Doyon or Jaeyoon or Hechan and Mark. Also, guys, if you have also some duos that you want to, um, because I have two here already. I have a zero base one. Today is not going to be about ships, more like a friendship reading. You know, like okay, how their dynamic is doing. Because I have zero base one members, Sao, I believe his name is Sao, and Hanbin. And then from Stray Kids, I have Hyunjin and Lino. And then I have to pull cards for the group Kiss of Life. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But about the girls, I don't understand because for me, if the group is doing well, I mean, if I pull cards for the group and as an overall energy, the group is going to do well. Um, you know, I think that it it sort of represents that the girls are doing well, also. Um, and this is why I was like, I remember everyone freaking out when there was like news about Lisa potentially like having like being the first one that she was going to leave YG, and people be like, oh, you should read about Lisa and YG because she in this. And I remember I did a reading, and I posted on Patreon, I believe, on Patreon or for members only in the channel. And actually, the reading was very positive. Like, the reading was, I'm not saying like Lisa is like best friends with YG. But what I'm saying is that their relationship, whatever it is commercial, work related, profession related, is not then that awful as people claim that it is. Like obviously there's disagreements, and of course, because the girls had been very prosperous, like they had done a lot for YG, like they represent a lot for the company, but I don't think that there's like this, oh, YG is against Lisa or is against another member or is like, no. Then this is why they are back with YG as a group. But that also lets you know how sometimes the media or maybe even the fans, they create this sort of they have their own version of what's going on. And I believe that this is the same thing that happens with politicians. When people just want to pick a side and be like, okay, like this is my favorite person and the other one is like the rival. And actually the rivalry maybe doesn't exist. There's differences, but it's not that catastrophic. And about companies, I know that definitely they mess up a lot of times, but maybe for the artists as individuals, they don't have that bad relationship, and I think that this is something that I also seen when I read for G-Dragon. When I read for GD that everyone were like, oh, because he's going to leave YG, and I remember it was like a few months ago. And the cards that I got from from GD, from G-Dragon, were that the guy was very much like indecisive because actually he feels a strong attachment to the company and whatever it represents. So it's not that easy as people be like, oh, he should leave that company because this company did this and this and this. Like, okay, yeah, we know it. But that doesn't mean that it's easier for someone to leave that place. He has a lot of memories, or maybe he has a lot of attachments, or a lot of connections that he made through the years, and maybe he doesn't want to leave. He wasn't ready to make a decision back then. So, like, sometimes the public is like, no, he has to leave, or she has to leave right now because they treat her like this and this. And and this is my experience reading from them. I'm not claiming I know these people, but from what I get in the cards is that the dynamic is very different from what people see. That actually there's no drama. And actually that sometimes the idol in question has a great relationship with the CEO or has a great relationship with the company. So, I don't know if they have family in common, family, friends in common. I don't know what's in there, but it's not as people think it is, like, oh, look what they done to them, like, is very far away from what the individual think or feels about the company or about a CEO or about a place. This is why it takes so long for them to actually, and people, and also we have to think that these headlines, these articles, that sometimes they come from very questionable sources. Sometimes they are just exaggerations to get your attention, to get, a sort of narrative going that, oh, everything is chaotic, there's drama, there's an ending coming. And then eventually the months pass by and you realize that, okay, we are still talking about it, but the artist itself didn't make like a proper announcement. Why is that? If they are so horrible, why does the artist take so long? Like, that's why I sometimes, when I pull cards, I want to wait a bit. Because sometimes, I remember when I pulled cards for Blackpink, that everyone were like, oh, you should read for them, and everyone were talking about it. I even seen tarot readings about it. And I was like, I have the feeling that they are going to. Actually, I did a short video, very short and brief, just pulling free cards. And for me, while everyone else was saying different things, I was like, the girls are going to resign. They're not going to leave YG. Of course, that they are stronger. They are not the same girls that as they started. They are bigger, they are more famous, they are more ambitious, they are stronger, so their demands are going to be stronger. But there was something about also that there wasn't a breakup. There wasn't like, I think that also YG wanted to keep the girls. So maybe they went through a long negotiation. So, yeah. Doyon and Jaehyun? Okay. Fans tend to act like they know everything, though. Yeah, and also like there's probably like a lot of, publicity back. Like, I don't know if maybe like it's necessary for them to have articles like this, like, oh, what's going on in that company? What is going on? Because with BTS it's the same. There was a moment where before they announced the enlistment and everything, everyone, like, all the articles were about, is BTS going to get an exception? And if they don't, why? And what is the military or the politician and the people, what are they saying? What are the experts saying about it? Why don't BTS get this? Why BTS, like, there's something, hype is something, hype is this. I don't think, I think that, I don't know, I just imagine, I don't know, I get this vibe, and I get this vibe even from my side of the country, my side of the world. Sometimes people get into very heated discussions about politics. And it's like they hate this candidate and they love the other one, And I'm thinking about these people arguing over these strangers. And also we're thinking that politicians is like celebrities. Like what they show you on camera is not who they are. So I'm like, wow, these people are fighting. These people are having like discussions over politics, over these two politicians. And I can picture these politicians at the same time that people are talking about them hanging out and, like having dinner together and laughing and just being best friends, and just like regular citizens arguing about a rivalry or about, oh, because he is different than this. And I always am like, you guys are wasting your time. These people know each other. These people, they are all part from the same industry, so they know. Even when they act like they hate each other or that, oh, I'm so different, I'm the opposite of you, they are friends. They know about each other. They probably hang out in the same circles. So I sometimes think about this, how maybe people are arguing about companies and the idols and this and that. And I don't know why I picture the idol having fun with the CEO, you know. Drinking champagne. Hope, are you in there? I'm watching. I'm actually resuming, guys, a business proposal, and I'm in love. I know there's people that had mentioned to me about this, the second couple, not the lead couple. I love those two. I love those two. And I would read for the actor. I would read for the actor, for the one, the secretary one, the assistant, the one with the glasses. I would read for him, but I believe he is in the military. I believe someone said that he was enlisting a few months ago. So I'm sure he's not available for me to read. But I don't know, maybe a personality reading because he's so cute. Like I'm like, oh, this is my man. And actually he's a Capricorn, I believe, because I think I saw his birth date. It was the 25th of December. So very soon. He's a Capricorn. And so is she. So is his potential love interest, like the friend of the female lead. And I know that the female lead, it's an idol. People, I read about it. She's an idol. Sejong, is it? Sejong. And what is said, some fans care a little bit too much, feeling like their idols need 24/7 protection and is in danger while their faves are still making money, still making music, and are actually doing okay. Yeah. Yeah. Like sometimes they forget that this is a job. This is a profession. You know, it's like when you have your first job or your first occupation. Sometimes it's not easy, it's not nice. Sometimes you don't want to go to work. There are moments where you have issue with your coworkers. You don't want to go anymore. You want to quit, but you keep going anyways because you need to pay bills. So there's something about, seeing the practical side of these guys and girls. They are working. So it's and I believe that since it's an idol culture, I believe that they are very much aware of what it means to be an idol, because maybe for me, for my perspective, that I never heard about I know about the boy band, because I had been a fangirl of boy bands of the 90s. But I didn't know the term of being an idol, a K-pop idol. So in that sense, I learned that here. I learned that watching them and consuming their content and listening to them talking about it. But even when they talk about it, I'm sure there's a lot of lessons and there's a lot of more things that have to do with being an idol that maybe they are not being, like maybe the people that are former idols, they talk about it, but it's something that comes with the profession. So once you sign, you sort of know what is it about. So hello, Akira. I'm going back to business proposal 2. I'm on episode 2 of Johnson Crutcher. Yeah, I'm on episode 2 as well. hope. I'm on episode 2 of Well. Honestly, yesterday I turned it off. Like I wanted to continue, but I turned it off. I was like, oh, maybe I will leave it for later. But I don't know. Like it's looking good. I'm not going to say that I got bored. I'm not going to say because actually the visual effects and the scenes, like everything looks so fancy, so very well like filmed. The scenarios, the outfits, everything looks amazing. I'm sure it's a huge production because you can tell it's sort of like the atmosphere reminds me a bit of Mr. Sunshine, but I don't know about the monster. You know, when I saw the part of the monster that actually I wasn't able to see fully, like I still, it doesn't show up entirely. But I'm like, what? Like, I expected it to be, it's not fantasy, but to be a sort of thriller, but I don't know. I don't know. And it's weird. It's weird for me to have this feeling because I remember when I started watching Kingdom, the Netflix series Kingdom, it also starts like, you know, from these very old times, you know, where you have the king, the emperor, the empress, and you have all these political issues and you know, everything with the loyalty. Not with the loyalty, with the royals, with the royalty. And but somehow when it was the time to introduce the zombies, it was very well done. I don't know if I'm making sense, but it's like they turned this historical drama into a very well, somehow very weird how it happened. Like, oh, now they're zombies. It was almost like a shock because at first I thought I was watching just you know, a historical kind of drama, and I almost gave it up because I was getting bored. But then my friend was like, "No, you need to keep watching," and then I understood. So maybe it's going to take us slow, but it's going to get us there. But I don't know. Maybe I felt like this creature was too cartoonish. Like there was a part where it was like, I don't know. I have to decide yet. I have to decide. Queen Sehun. Hey Akira, I don't know if I said hi. I think I did. Kim Sehun is also in Uncanny Counter and came up with Top and Cliff song and dance challenge recently. Ah, okay. Oh, the monster, or as the head guy said, the goddess is born. Koreans call it boring too. Yeah, there's something that I don't know, because I was ready to keep watching. Like, you know, I started watching Death's Game and I finished the whole 4 episodes in one night. So last night I was like, yeah, well, let's start with this. Like, you know, it's looking good. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to feel. I think I'm going to be disappointed, and I don't know why. Maybe I'm just like getting ahead of myself. Maybe I have to wait and watch the rest. I'm still on episode 2, but I'm like, why am I stopping watching? You know, why am I stopping? Usually I like this kind of dramas. I usually like them. Remember that one, the one that got canceled and we didn't get like a season 2? Remember the one that also was a webtoon? What was it called? That they had these giant also monsters that would come to take people and actually kill them. what was it called? That K drama. That I believe that the one of the actors actually like he went to jail, I believe, or he was accused of. Maybe that's why they stopped the production. But what was it called? Oh, it was these monsters. Um, Wait, I'm trying to remember. It was very fantasy-like. Um, mm, I cannot remember the name of the actor. Hellbound. That's one. Hellbound. Remember the Hellbound? The Netflix also Hellbound. Hellbound. That one that also was very fictional. Like it was like it has monsters and things, but it was very well done. And it was also these monsters that would come out in like in the middle of the day. I fell asleep watching The Creature too. It's about interpersonal relationships. It has we have. Mm. Yeah, I recognize him. Yeah, the guy of Bad and Crazy. He's my favorite. He has such a good aura. Like he seems like a nice guy. I love the way he smiles. Yeah. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I was trying so hard to remember this series because I was so hooked. Like I really wanted it to continue because I wanted to know where this, like this, because it wasn't just the monsters. There was like a cult behind this, like a religious cult, So it was cool. I don't know why they stopped. Like I'm sure it has to do with this actor, but it was also dragging. Like the production also. I don't think they were very interested in continuing it, but it had potential. Like I really wanted part two. Um, yeah, when you mentioned this about falling asleep, like I believe that I tune it off because of this. I was a bit like, um, bored. I don't know, like, and also, why, why is the character of Han So-hee dressed as Anastasia? I don't know. Have you guys watched the? It wasn't. I don't know if it was Disney. It was. I don't. I don't think it was Disney's movie, but it was this cartoon of this animation movie of Anastasia, the princess, the Russian princess. And remember that she was like this. She got lost, and I believe she was like an orphan or something like that. And she used to wear this cap and this long coat. And I don't know why seeing Han So-hee dressed like this with the scarf and everything like covered. I'm like, why is she dressing like Anastasia? Like, why? Why? Hmm. Yeah, there was supposed to be a second album season. Yeah, actually, like his character, the actor that got in trouble, actually he was very good in it. Doing this sort of, I believe he was a sort of preacher, and he was very creepy. He was doing a great job. I really did enjoy Hellbound. I liked it because it started right away. Like the action started right away. So it was like here, like there's something happening, So in Korea at that time, it's safer to dress like a boy. But I don't know why. I don't know why. When I saw her, I was like, really? Like, are you dressed like that? I don't know why I got that. Seeing her from some perspective, I got the, like, I got the I don't know why I thought that she was wearing jeans. I know that her trousers are not jeans, of course, because back in the time, I believe they're wearing jeans. But why does it look like she's wearing jeans? Like she's wearing these everyday pants. Like, I don't know, maybe because they were too tight or too slim. Um, but she looks like a girl. Like she definitely looks like, and it's very, with all the whitewashing and everything, it's very obvious that she's a female and that she's a beautiful one. Like the moment they are fighting with Park So-hoon character, and he sort of pushes away her cap, and she uncovers her long wavy hair. That looked like a shampoo commercial. Like, why does she have that flawless hair? You are in the middle of war. Like, how is your hair so shiny and so splendorous? Like, what are you using in the shower? And why do you shower? like, like, wasn't there a limit on, hair conditioner and soap? I don't know. I don't know. I just, and the part of the motorcycle. But yeah, from an historical point of view, it has some parts that I know that they are a sort of representation of what happened with Japan. I that moment where they were picking these two females while they were in this sort of prison. I swear I got very nervous. Like, I don't know why. Like when they were like, okay, we're going to turn them into monsters. I was relieved that was what's going to happen to them, because that moment where they picked those two, I don't know. As a female, and also I know a bit of history, I know what they did, but I was afraid. I was afraid. Like it's a very emotional. I know that they're trying to do it like, oh yeah, it's maybe it's like about a superhuman or supernatural uh, subject, but I sort of can see where they're going with this, the atrocities of war, and I could sort of feel it in the air, and I was like, it's awful. It's awful. It must have been for them. Even when I see, this there was a moment when I was a teenager that I was obsessed with movies or series that were filmed during the World War II uh, wars. I remember I used to watch a lot of those. For example, there were these like some kind of like novels where there were like these regular people in different parts of Europe, sort of like hiding Jews and all those things. I remember I used to watch a lot of those. Like there was, I believe it was like a Hallmark documentary and sort of series of 4 parts where there was like the Nuremberg trial that I watched as well. So I sort of can feel the tension. It's like you feel the tension even though they are talking about something else. Like what it means. Like, and I think that it's something that I think that when it comes to us living like this and maybe not having experienced war, at least not in our homeland like this, I think that watching those kinds of shows, it definitely like reminds you of how, when these things happen, there's no human rights and no one is going to save you if someone comes to invade you, and that's terrifying. See in K-drama such a details like that. Was that part in slow motion too, with her long hair falling out of the cup? Yes, it was slow motion. There's a C-drama with someone pretending to be a man, and she looks like a beautiful woman the whole time. The reveal of her being a beautiful woman in her hair crown being knocked off and her hair falling. Yeah, and also there's more lighting to her face. It's like somehow you can see that her face is flawless, even though she is acting like she's just a boy. Same. I'm Native American and Filipino, so I cringe as well when the women were being chosen. Yeah. Yeah. I swear, hope. I was a bit afraid. I was a bit afraid. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I guess this is what I'm mentioning. I used to watch a lot of these wars and these war situation, like scenarios of what happened back then. And I don't know. Maybe I don't believe in, like, I'm not that insistent on past lives and everything. But I sort of get this. I get my survival mode like it's on. So maybe, I believe that probably if my soul has traveled different lives, probably I had experienced, I had lived another life during war. So I don't know why I get so on alert whenever I'm watching something like this. I'm like, and especially when they show the part when they have to ration food, when they have to, like sort of hide. And I don't know why I get like, so anxious. Like I get so, and I never experienced something like this, but I feel like, like on survival mode. And I also think about, I don't know, maybe it's about being a female. When you are a female, um, you know, whether you're young or you're old, like the atrocities that they have done. And in that moment, um, there were women like taken away from their homes, taken away from their families, taken away from their lands. So, for them, you are just a piece of meat. So, it's heavy. It's heavy. It's heavy, and no one is defending you. Like, it's a man's world. So you don't. Even if you want to bribe someone to help you, everyone is looking the other way. So war is hell. Exactly. Exactly. There's no technology that can save you from war. It's, I don't know. I just felt so like when I watched that part. But oh well. Let's go back to K-drama, like romantic K-drama. Like, yeah, you should resume. Yeah, the business proposal. Like, it's really good. It's really good. For me, like, I didn't get the chance to finish it the other time, so I was like, okay, it's here now, so I'm going to watch it, and it was great. Funny. Okay. I want to start with the friendship readings. I saw beautiful pictures of Taming today on TikTok. I'm sure maybe they're old, but I saw them, like, I believe it's from a magazine that he's wearing all black with some black feathers. He looks beautiful. He is the only Cancer man in the K-pop industry that I like. The only one. Like, I would accept Taming to lie to my face and gaslight me. Like, because that guy definitely, he can lie to me. He can lie to me and I will be like, okay, Taming, you're right. And I envy his lips so much. Like, how can he have such a beautiful lips? Like, I don't get it. Okay, I'm going to start reading for these Zero Base One members for Sao and Hanbin. Waves magazine. Waves magazine. Yeah, I believe that's the one I saw. Zero Base One, Sao and Hanbin. Sao, Hanbin. What is going on with Sao? I know he's a Chinese member, but he's changing. He's changing. Sao. Well, from Sao perspective, we have Death card and Seven of Swords. And then from Hanbin's side, we have Queen of Pentacles and Page of Pentacles. So Hanbin is much more stable than Sao. Like, his feelings are very stable, and probably he feels very motherly towards Sao. And the relationship, as an overall, we have the Knight of Pentacles. So a lot of Pentacles, like a lot of the relationship probably will continue and their dynamic will evolve with time, because I can see that there's a lot of effort between these two to make it work. I don't know what they're heading to, but it seems like for them this is serious. Their connection is serious. And then Page from this oracle, from not from this oracle, from this deck. I put an extra card, and they got the card of Page of Cups, and the keyword is play. So yeah, um, yeah. From Saul's point of view, I believe that there's something that he's transforming. There's something about Sao. Mm, just changing maybe his attitude. With the Seven of Swords, I believe that maybe at some point in this connection or in this ship, there's something about him not being true, not being honest, I would say, or actually keeping some things to himself. So I believe that he's changing. He's changing, but he's changing drastically. There's something about him probably becoming a bit much more like, I don't know, honest. Like there's something about him sharing and opening up a bit more to Hambin. I don't know what happened to him, but there's something about him deciding to make this very drastic change of attitude. So I don't know if maybe Hambin was the one that he was like, okay, I'm noticing some irregularities in you. Like, are you okay? Like, do you need anything? Like, what is going on with you? And I think that there's something about probably Sao changing and learning to be a bit more stable in this connection and not running away. Like there's something about probably he keeping a lot of things to himself and being like, oh yeah, I better do not tell you this, or I better do not share this with you because, I don't know, I don't want to disturb you, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. But I think that he can have the potential to also run away when he feels pressured. So in here, I see that maybe at some point in this connection, he wasn't being honest, and maybe Hambin was the one calling him out on this. It's like, okay, if you have something to say or to share with me, please say it. Like there's no need for you to run away. There's no need for you to be strategic with me. You can be honest. But I believe that there was something initially that maybe it was what made Sao feel a bit apprehensive about like, okay, I better do not tell you this, or I better do not share this with you. But he's changing. There's something about his feelings or maybe his role in this sort of like dynamic that he's like, yeah, maybe I should like change a bit, or I should like, I don't know, not hide that much, not be that strategic, because there's nothing for me to run away from, like especially like it's not about running away like when it comes to body language. I think that it has to do with things not being said, and he has to change that, because the other part is not a psychic. Like there needs to be a lot more communication. But yeah, from Hambin's side, he has a lot of pentacles. So definitely for Hambin's side, he has like probably he's a bit much more hopeful about the connection. He's feeling like a queen. He's feeling very protective. He's feeling like, probably very like a provider. He's like, I want to take care of you. Like, what do you need of me? I can make this happen for us. Like, I'm really curious about you. Like, I want to know how to get along better with you. So there's something also about probably having been a bit much more confident, or having just much more, I don't know if it's life experience or if just being in the spotlight in general, that he seems a bit much more like mature. There's something about him being much more stable. So he knows that he has to put the effort, and he's constantly thinking in ways to make this connection better. So even though he by himself, he is a queen, so he's more of a caretaker, I would say, more like someone that is like, okay, what do you need? Like, I'm here for you. This is his love language, But also with the Page of Pentacles, there's something about him being like, I feel like I don't know everything about you, so I'm still trying to figure you out. But I'm interested, Nevertheless, I'm putting the confidence, I'm putting the trust in here. He's very trustworthy, so he's a great companion. He's a great companion. He's very loyal. But yeah, with the Knight of Pentacles and the Page of Cups, they are moving from this sort of very serious vibe. I think probably this, with all these pentacles, it has to do with them starting because of work, or work related connection. This is about them actually putting efforts together, maybe rehearsing together, spending time together because of work. But then eventually it's moving to this Page of Cups and to the keyword of play, that it has to do with the connection becoming a bit much more emotional and becoming a bit much more fluid. Like, let's have fun, like, let's be goofy together, like, let's open up, let's open up emotionally. Not so much like, let's do this because it's our career, or it has to do with our image, or it has to do with us being productive for the group. Let's not be that rigid. Like, let's move forward towards a more fun times are going to come. Probably more emotional times are going to come between these two, definitely. I can see their connection evolving into something much more emotional. Okay, now I'm going to pull cards for Stray Kids, Hyunjin and Lino. Hyunjin, Lino. Okay, from Hyunjin's perspective, we have again the Queen of Pentacles and the Wall card. So, and then from Lino's part, we have the Strength card and the Magician. And the relationship as an overall, we have the Eight of Cups, and I pull an extra card and I got the Tower. So again, here's someone that also comes like the Queen of Pentacles. I believe that Hyunjin is also someone that is trying to be like very rational and very consistent with Lino, and with the efforts of maybe improving his connection with Lino, and being like, okay, we need to do this together. Like, how do I do this? What do you need of me? But also, if we think about Hyunjin's energy, Hyunjin is this Queen of Pentacles. So there's something about him also considering himself valuable. Like, I'm a queen, I have my value. But also with the Wall card, I think that he's definitely willing to put the effort to sort of get out of his throne a bit and sort of close a cycle with Lino. I don't know if maybe in the past their dynamic was a bit challenging and there was something, because I can sort of feel it here, like, which ship is this? I don't know. I don't think it's a ship. It's just a friendship reading. It's not a ship. It's Hyunjin and Lino. I think that Lino is not an easy person to associate with. And Hyunjin, I think that for Hyunjin, it's like, I wish we could move on, because I understand, so I think that Hyunjin also understands that he has his attitude, that Hyunjin also has his guards up, that he also can be, having his moments, his diva moments. I would say like he cherishes himself a lot, and also is also thinking a lot of times he's thinking like, okay, what can I do to look better? Or to just, like he's very focused on his image, and also being very stable. Like definitely he feels like he just values himself a lot. But with the World card, he's like, okay, like I'm if I was stubborn in the past, like I'm willing to work this with you and not being so stubborn, and sort of like giving you your space or trying to understand you. But I sort of see that both of them have attitudes, like, because from Lino's perspective we have two major arcana. So from Lino, it's something that it's not that he does it for the cameras, that he's complex. He is like this, his energy is like this. And I don't think it's specific with Hyunjin, but I think that this is what he has the magician, he has the strength card. So there's something about Lino also, like he could adapt because he has a bit much more of wisdom and flexibility when it comes to connecting with other members, maybe that he is a bit much more playful. He's like, okay, like, yeah, we should change a bit, yeah. But there's also, I don't know if he has moments where he loses his patience, because here with the strength card, there's something about him like holding himself a lot from not reacting. So I can sort of see him in control of his emotions when he's with Hyunjin. I can sort of see him like he could be unpleasant, but he's like, I better just laugh this off, like. But it's it's just the way he is. That it's not that there's something wrong with Hyunjin. It's just that Lino loves to have control in the dynamics with others, and he obviously doesn't trust Hyunjin. He doesn't trust anyone. So there's something about him. Even when he tries to be authentic, he's always in control. And sometimes it makes things awkward. And I don't see him like stopping being like this. Actually, it's just part of himself. It's part of his emotional journey, I guess. It's like he knows he has the power. Or he knows, probably he also, like, I think that he figured Hyunjin a long time ago. Like he knows how to press Hyunjin's buttons, and he's like, I know I'm the one in power. I know I'm the one that controls you. So I don't think he has like a specific like perception of or opinion about Hyunjin. It's not that I like Hyunjin, I dislike Hyunjin. No, it's just that it's all about him. It's all about Lino being Lino. And Lino is very controlling. So even when I want to know how he feels about Hyunjin, he doesn't say that much. It's like he's focused on himself. And then the relationship as an overall, we have the Eight of Cups, and then the extra card is the Tower. So definitely, I think that probably there's a potential of this friendship or this dynamic between the two of them to finally like change, develop, or develop into something deeper. Because I don't know if they had an argument in the past. I don't know if they had a difference in the past. But they definitely need to walk away from this in order to start over. I think that they have the potential to do so. It's about like, okay, yeah, we waste a lot of time, because I believe that both of them can be very resentful, both of them. So because they are equally emotional, but there's something about them like, okay, we are done here. Like, yeah, like neither of the parts wanted to let go at some point, but then now they're like, yeah, this is a bit pointless. I don't even remember why I was upset with you. So, and with the tower, here the keyword is upheaval. With the tower, it's like, yeah, something has to change in the dynamic, because even if, I don't know, I just don't think that something happened. But it was a very emotional moment. I think that it more has to do with how each of them felt or perceived the situation. It can be just a random scenario, but then just feeling offended. And this got dragged for years. And finally it's coming to an end. To an end of like, yeah, this is childish, right? To remember about this, to be angry about this, to remember about this that you said to me. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it's like, it's tough. It's tough because it's complex. I'm going to read now for NCT Doyeon and Jaehyun. Let's see how these two go of Doyeon. So fast. Doyeon is feeling very emotional. Doyeon is feeling very emotional. He's thinking a lot about the past. Is he enlisting soon too? From Doyeon's perspective, we have the Three of Cups and the Six of Cups. So a lot of a lot of remembering, like, remember this, remember that, remember how we used to be like this, remember. Then from Jaehyun's point of view, we have the Two of Swords and the High Priestess. So, yeah, from Jaehyun is, and the relationship as an overall, the Eight of Wands and the Temperance. That the keyword is just breathe. See, I mean, you don't have to get anxious about this. Probably they're going to have a comeback soon. They're going to be working on something soon and it's going to be released soon. Could this be a Do Jae-jung comeback? Could this be a Do Jae-jung? I need a Do Jae-jung comeback, but yeah, it could be. Yeah, from that Cancer moon is kicking his. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, Samara, definitely. I think so. I think that it's not just about Jaehyun, but if we think about their connection, there's something about him feeling very nostalgic. Feeling very nostalgic. He definitely values Jaehyun. I believe is. There's something about Doyeon having a lot of favorite people. Like in this, I think that he's not able to be like, okay, like, oh, I have this member that I get along better. I think that if you pull cards, asking how he feels about different member, he will always have emotions, different emotions, but he will feel something for them. Because he's sort of motherly. Yeah, he's sort of motherly. Even when he acts awkward and when he complains all the time, and when he is, it seems like he's not that affectionate, but actually he does care. He does care. He's very, very protective. And with all these cups that got here, definitely he just values Jaehyun so much. Like there's something about him learning to love Jaehyun through the years. With the Six of Cups, is him feeling like, probably that Jaehyun is a huge part of his, I don't know if I want to say childhood, but there's something about them growing up together. So he's like, I miss those moments. I miss those moments where you would come to me to ask me for advice on certain things. I wish we could go back. But Jaehyun was the first magnet. Yeah. What are those little hearts, guys? Because I didn't know that we had hearts. Is there an option of hearts in the lives? I didn't know. I just realized that I saw flying hearts over here. I didn't know that there was this option. Maybe I don't enter a lot of like. They're likes and they've been there forever. Okay. Oh, thank you. Well, this is the first time I'm looking at it. Thank you. I mean, the reactions. Thank you. Well, that's great because instead of you writing a very long paragraph, you can show there. But yeah, he's feeling emotional. There's something about Jaehyun. There's something about how he feels about Jaehyun. There's something about it. There's something about it. That for him, it's I don't know. When I see about the Three of Cups, I was mentioning Do Jae-jung, the three of them. There's something about him being very thankful, maybe to Jaehyun for being able to form this unit. Maybe Do Jae-jung was something that, yeah, it came out on the blue, how SM works. But maybe that a specific project that he was able to do with the other two members, it was something that he really wanted to do. So there's something about the tree, or I don't know if it's that, that he has a special spot for Jaehyun and another member, But Doyeon is so caring that I think that he wouldn't be able to be like, oh yeah, I love this too. No, it's more like I love everyone. But yeah, he's feeling emotional. And from Jaehyun's side, seeing this is not, honestly, is not shocking. Like, the High Priestess and the Two of Swords is like, I don't know what to say about Doyeon. Why are you like this, Jaehyun? Like, we just asked you a simple question. Like, what do you feel about Doyeon? And you got the Two of Swords. It's like, sometimes I like him, sometimes I don't. And also with the High Priestess, there's something about him, probably recognizing that when it comes to feelings, he's not that emotional, or maybe if he does feel something for members, he's not that communicative. There's something about Jaehyun being a mystery when it comes to emotions, or when it comes to, like, oh, I love this member, it's very, it's hidden. It's a mystery, honestly. And I think that this is the way, this is his love language, actually, to hide it, to make it a mystery. Because he's like, even though I don't express it that often, and I make the other person doubt about my feelings for them, I actually do care about them. So I think that definitely, yeah, Jaehyun needs some lessons about emotional communication because he doesn't know how to do it. He has the feelings. It's just that he prefers to leave the other person guessing. Like, okay, yeah, I sort of feel something for you, but I'm not going to let you know. Because honestly, what do you want from this man? He most likely does feel rather deeply. It just doesn't divulge in that information. Yes, I agree. Here with the high priestess, it's like, yeah, I don't tell. I don't go around. I mean, like, oh, I love this member. You know, it's like for me, it's intimate. For me, it's a secret. It's a secret. Um, it's just that I think that there's something about Jaehyun probably being very confused about feelings. I don't know if it's fame, if it's the way he had been living his life. There's a bit of confusion, and I don't think that it has to do with Doyeon just because of him, but there's something about him probably when you ask directly, how do you feel about this member? Him actually not knowing what to say. And if he does say something, it's probably a generic answer that people expect of him. There's like, it's scripted. So I think that for him, it's like, I rather not say. And this doesn't mean that he doesn't have positive feelings. It's more like, I don't know my own emotional nature yet. This is why I cannot express it. Or maybe there's something about him just being very sensitive, because the high priestess has a lot of potential. So for me, if I think about feelings and I don't get cards of cups, like Doyeon, obviously he does have, and he does show them. I don't have water. Nevertheless, I do have the high priestess in here. So the high priestess is about emotionality, about intuition, about perception. So definitely the guy has very intense feelings. It's just that maybe he prefers to keep them for themselves. And maybe he also tries to convince himself that he's very rational. You know, like he has all his emotions under control. Like, yeah, I have the perfect answer for this that you asked. You know, and him defending himself from speaking from his heart. But then, if you notice here, you see, oh my God, here, you see the water. You see all the water. You see all the sea. So definitely there's emotions. It's just that he's blocking them. He's trying to make it rational. Or he's trying to act dumb. Like, oh, like you asked me about this? Oh, I don't know about this guy. I don't have an opinion, you know, like sort of acting smart. But yeah, with the age of wands, there could be some news about these two working together or releasing something together, you know, like there could be news very fast coming your way. He most likely does feel rather lively, just leave them guessing. It's more like you should already know. Yeah. Like, why do I gotta say it? Yes, exactly. Yeah. Zayon feels what he feels, which I like. He doesn't run away from. Yeah, he's sweet. When I saw that woman with the swords, I saw high defense. Yes. Yeah, he has his heart chakra very close. But, I mean, the guy has a stalker, so I sort of get it. I sort of get that maybe emotionally this has been a very heavy moment for Jaehyun. These months maybe it had been like he must be fed up at this time of year, you know, being like, okay. Tomás Escalante, I don't read Japanese, so I believe it is Japanese. I don't understand what it says in there, but hello. I see a wavy hand, so I say hello. Yeah. Yeah. That man, he mustn't be okay. I'm sure he's a bit like I don't think it's about being traumatized, but there's something about you, a mix of rage, frustration, and sort of I have to stay professional and smile to the cameras. So, oh my, only an Aquarius can keep going through this lifestyle, because if it was, oh my. Okay, who's next? Who is next? Another ship, another duo, another friendship. Do you work tomorrow or today, Samara? Ah, okay. You take care, okay? You have a lovely holidays. I don't know if people are away or what, but the chat is not very communicative. So if I don't have like recommendations, I'm going to go to. Mm-hmm. Sorry, I'm multitasking. Oh, don't worry. No, we didn't say it about you guys. Like, I know that you're always here. I appreciate it. But yeah, like I read we had like 14 people. Like, it's not a lot. We had like 14 people in here, but then all of a sudden, like, no one said anything. General for who? I work in about half an hour. Not sure who to comment. Ah, okay. Yeah, the other day we read for Taemin and Nayeon. Nayeon, what's his name? No one in particular. I meant a general society reading. Ah, okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Mm-hmm. I can pull, because for K-pop I did pull cards, and the other day, I believe. But in general, for society, I can pull 3 cards to see how we're going to do in 2024. It's just a society, so we are so many, but yeah, what is available for us? Well, as society in general, for us in 2024, we start with the Page of Pentacles. Then we have the Page of Cups, and at the end we have the King of Swords. So as society, wait. And then from this other deck, I got the card of the Six of Wands, Victory. So for 2024, we could have the opportunity to be victorious as a society in something, maybe overcoming. I don't see obstacles, but I believe that we have the potential to win certain discussions or certain battles or approve certain rights, But also, if we think about the tarot cards, we think about the Page of Pentacles and the Page of Cups. So I think that the pages also invites us to be a bit more humble about how we go after things, how we live life, how we transit life. How do you get what you want? How do you ask what you want? How do you talk to people of authority, to figures of authority, because we also have the King of Swords in here. So definitely, I think that this spread is more talking about us being humble. And it's not about you having to surrender to what an authority figure tells you. But it has to do with you being smart when you are in front of someone that probably has a much more power than you or has much more influence than you. So it's about be spontaneous, be open, be studious, be consistent, be patient, but most of all, be humble. Be humble. Because probably, to get what you want, there will always be figures of power. There will always be someone that has more meanings, influence, resources than you. So whether you want to admit it or not, in order for us to get a favor or to get something out of this figure, we have to come from a place of be smart, be original, be playful, be unexpected. Like also be courageous, but most of all be intelligent. And because we have these pages in here, we have these pages. So the pages let you know that the two intelligence that you can use to sort of win the authority or the person that is somehow trying to regulate you and put their boundaries and their laws to you and apply them to you. You have to be more, you have to be smarter emotionally, and also when it comes to practical matters. So this means be emotionally smart in the sense that you work with your emotions, that you work with yourself. You do not close your heart. You are proud of your emotions. Feel. Allow yourself to feel, to love the others, to receive love. Like, be hopeful, be loving. But also, take care of your resources. If you want to defeat the big boss, or if you want to defeat the law, or not the law, we're not talking about breaking the law here, no. But if you want to somehow get to an agreement in your favor, because the law, and probably, people in power will always be judging you, will always be looking down to you, always, because they are in a front, and for them, you are these small people. So the best way for you to somehow be in this, like, okay, I feel like I have something. I have something to offer. Okay, take care. Take care of your emotions, your feelings, the people that you love, and take care of your resources. In the sense that be good saving, be good protecting your money. Don't get too greedy and ambitious with something that you just gained. Maybe you just started a business. Maybe you just started something. So don't get greedy. Look after it. Take care of it. Learn, observe it, learn different ways to duplicate it. But don't get too confident. Don't give it away that fast. Reproduce it. Work on it. But be patient. Like, don't give it away. Don't gamble your future. Be responsible with your resources. Because you're going to get the resources. But you will have to make some changes and adjustments to keep it. So those two, your heart and your wallet, like, make wise decisions. You are still a page. 2024, we are still citizens. Like, I don't know, maybe some of you here are like, I don't know, maybe you are millionaires, and I don't know, guys, but if there will always be someone that will try to censor you or try to put you in your place. So, take care of yourself. Don't feel discouraged. Don't feel like you are small, or that you are nothing. No, you are. You have everything. You are actually very rich. But you have to take care of it. Don't get too confident. Don't get too confident, because there will always be someone that is looking at you, that is somehow challenging you, and that is trying to somehow put boundaries to you. And also, if I think about the King of Swords, I think about communications, and I think about the internet. So be careful about, the business online, the things you do online, putting your money online. Like, don't go back to I don't know if I should be like, you guys should go back to go and work the land, but you should be as humble as possible. Because it seems like technology and all of these things are still managed by people that they just don't want to share what they know with you. You are not in their level. So, think for your kind. Think from where you are. But yeah, with the card of victory, there could be a victory for the regular people, for the everyday worker, for the everyday citizen. There could be a victory in 2024 for us. But we have to remain humble. We have to remain humble. Like don't get like, oh, because I already learned about my business, or oh, I just got this job, so yeah, so I think that I made it. No, save. Also, protect your relationships. Protect your relationships. Work on your relationships. Open up a bit more and appreciate the people that you have that love you and that you love back. Appreciate connections. They are the ones that make life worth living. Thank you, Hope. I hope it makes sense. Um, because my English is not that good, but I hope it sort of made sense what I wanted to say. Only one of. I can pull cards for them. But please don't spam the chat. Okay, for only one of. There's something with these groups getting the 3 of Wands and the 2 of Wands, and I'm like they definitely are moving, but I don't know why some of them, and I wouldn't like, I had been reading for a lot of groups for 2024, and I don't know why I feel like they plan and they maybe like they take those plans into action, but then it feels like everything stops. Like, what is going on? Yeah. Okay, for only one of, we start with the 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups, the Hermit, 3 of Wands, and 2 of Wands. See, with 3 of Wands, 2 of Wands, like we go back for 3 to 2. And then from the Oracle, we got the cards of the Lovers. Like, it's not an Oracle, it's a different tarot deck. The Lovers. Okay. For only one of, definitely they are doing better than what they had been doing lately, because we start with the 9 of Swords, so definitely the guys it was a heavy moment for them. It was a tough moment for them. Like, I don't know what they went through, but definitely they were suffering. But the 9 of Cups, it's also like about resilience. They probably they had recovered. They had learned something about themselves. I don't know what happened, but it's just that I think that maybe emotionally, maybe the guys are not that stable. There's something about them becoming very emotional and just maybe feeling frustrated with themselves. Also, I don't see stability for this group. Like, I don't get any pentacles. So I'm like, they're very sensitive. Then they go back to action, like they do a lot, but I don't know. I just think that these guys just need a little bit more of time to heal from something. We have the Hermit in the middle of the reading. So definitely 2024 for them, it's a year of a lot of retrospection and also thinking about themselves and reflecting about their past. But also, I don't see it as a hiatus. I don't see the guys like, okay, like, because I got the hermit, I'm going inwards and I'm disappearing. No. But I think that there's something about them just like been working and at the same time just been dealing with a lot of things from the past. This is why I get that they're so sensitive. They are so sensitive. But when it comes to their career, I definitely see them planning and just like wanting to expand and work a lot on new plans or maybe a concert or something about just moving, just getting into action, just doing something, like, okay, I want to show the fans this. Like they're really trying really hard to get out of this stagnation, I would say. Because I don't know if maybe some of the members do suffer of, some, I don't know if they're struggling with mental health, but like there's something about them being very silent about and also being very mysterious about their situation. It's very weird. This group does give me very weird. Like, it's not weird, but I think that there's something hidden in here, and I don't know why I cannot see it. I cannot see it because I cannot see it, but I don't know why they just guard themselves a lot. And then they come out and they maybe appear and they do a lot. Yeah, they got the death card as well. So, yeah, and the lovers, the keyword is duality. So see, this is like the what I was saying, because I see all this action, like I see them coming out and maybe like showing themselves and working a lot or talking about future plans. But also in the middle, I have the hermit. So I'm like, you're talking about future plans, all the things that you want to do and accomplish, but nevertheless, you're hiding. Like you are not 100% present. Like, even though you're working, you are not that present, and here the keyword is duality. It's the duality of themselves. I don't know, maybe, the concept of the group is being mysterious, or the concept of the group is just appearing, disappearing, reappearing. I don't know. There's something about absence. Like, I'm not, it's like it seems like I'm an entity. Sometimes I'm here and sometimes I disappear. Sometimes I want to do a lot for the fans and I want the fans to see me and I want to meet with the fans and I'm going to tell them and letting them know that we're going to be here and there and there. But then you never hear from them and it's like, what happened? So it's a very interesting group. It's a very interesting group. I think that they need stronger foundations. I don't see them that stable. I see them like just going through different changes in the way they do things. They sometimes they appear, they do present themselves, or maybe they do present I don't know, a new project, a new song, something, and it gets everyone really excited. And all of a sudden, then they're gone. And you're like, where are they? They need a lot. Also, there's something going on with this group. Like, I will say like all the members, but they need some healing. They need to do some reflection. Like, there's something about them just wanting to make the processes faster. So I don't know if they want to heal from some deception and they want to go back to work as soon as possible to forget about it. But there's something about it, like, you're not fixing anything. Actually, if you need to fix something, you need to start over to do the full transformation. So I don't know what's going on with their dynamic. I don't know if something is missing. I don't know if, I don't see any authority figure as well. So I wonder who is managing these guys. Like, they seem you know, they're looking for answers, definitely. But yeah. Jungwon and Nikki. Oh man, today the cars are very jumpy. It's not that they're jumping, they're slippery. They are the slippery type. Yeah, no, not. Okay. For Enhypen, Jungwon and Nikki. For Jungwon, we have the Knight of Wands and the Eight of Swords. And then Nikki, he has the High Priestess and the Page of Swords. And then the relationship, we have the Strength card and the Page of Cups. So, yeah, honestly, from Jungwon's side, Jungwon it's a member that he's just busy. You know, emotionally, I think that he is not that like I believe he worries about Nikki. Like he has, he has his energy put in different members. There's something about him moving a lot. Like I don't see him like staying and being like only focused on him. He's very busy. He's all the time like thinking about different things at the time. He's also working on himself. He's working on, sort of like releasing, sort of getting away from some negative thinking maybe, or some limited beliefs that he has. So I see that from Jungwon's perspective, honestly, there's not any specific feeling or perception towards Nikki. It's more like he's like a motivating kind of brother, someone that comes into your life to be like, let's go, let's do this, we got this, the one that motivates you to get out of this. Like get out of this overthinking, or get out of whatever doubt you have, like you're doing amazing, like you're doing great, like let's go. Like Jungwon honestly is a very busy guy. And he probably in his connections, he is a guy that, yeah, he does care for the others, but I think that when it comes to like, okay, I have this very tight bond with this member, and in specific, it's like, yeah, I do, but I gotta go because I have things to do, and I have to also look out for another matters. Like the guy is so busy. Like I think that when it comes to emotionality or him being connected, like he doesn't have the time. He doesn't have the time. He's probably very busy, and also I think that he's much more like he's the type of guy that the way he expresses love and appreciation is the type of person that he's like hyping you up. He's like, okay, let's go, let's do this. You are the best. You are doing great. But yeah, this is what he can do at the moment. It's not that deep actually. And from Nikki's perspective, yeah, Nikki again with the High Priestess and the Page of Swords. I think that also Nikki with the High Priestess reminds me of actually when I read for NCT Jaehyun, he also got the High Priestess, and he also got a card of swords. So this combination talks about people that they hide to themselves what they feel about others. Like it's like, like you better guess what I feel about you, because actually, like I don't have like I don't want to tell you what I feel about you or how I feel about you. Like actually, like sort of like maybe not, not having a firm opinion. It's not that he doesn't like Jongwon. It's like more like he keeps it to himself. He's a very, when it comes to how he feels, he's still trying to figure out his own emotionality. He's definitely a guy that the only thing that I can say that it's really hard to get to Nikki. There's something about Nikki also being very, probably very rebellious. There's something about maybe you wanting to tell him to do something and he doesn't do it, or he's just like he wanders around. He gets distracted very easily, or he's always thinking also about going away and moving. So I think that for Nikki emotional side, I believe he does have feelings for Jungwoo. He probably appreciates him very much, but he's like, this is of my business. The high priestess is all about secrecy. This is mine. What I feel is mine. And also, I feel very defensive about how I feel. So I will not let you know, because this is something that is mine. And he could probably, like, if you ask him, he would be like, give you a very generic answer. Because I think that probably has to do with Nikki probably being very young, like still not knowing how to name certain feelings, or actually allow himself to feel. There's something about, yeah, I have this perception of my member, or I have this perception of Jungwon, but I wouldn't know how to say what I really feel, because it's a secret. It's like he's closed off, he's reserved. He's like, yeah, like no, like like don't ask me, don't pressure me to answer that question. But yeah, the relationship as an overall, they have the strengths and the page of cups. So definitely this is a bond that goes stronger, that becomes stronger and stronger with time. So yeah, definitely it works. Like it has the potential to this bond getting tighter and tighter. So yeah, definitely, like I definitely see them like, so I think that both of them are not in this, because they got a lot of swords as well. So I see that probably both of them mentally are very like immersed in a lot of information. So there's something about them probably emotionally not being that connected with what's going on. Like, when you usually spend time with someone that you're used to that person, it's like you don't stop to think like, oh, I love this person. No, it's like, because it's like, yeah, you know how I feel about you, right? Because we see each other every day. So it's like, and I think that they have the potential to actually their bond becoming stronger, and they, becoming more brave as well. But yeah, with the page of cups as well, there's also the potential of them becoming more playful with each other. Here the keyword is play, becoming more emotional as well. Like the guys definitely need to work a little bit more on their emotionality. Maybe they are not that emotional, like they can be sweet and funny, but probably, they are very young. So if you ask them like, okay, how do you feel about this and this? And probably, they also need more experience. They probably need to probably experience more things together. But there's the potential with the strengths card of their bond becoming tighter and tighter. And actually them, slowly becoming like closer, and being more fun together and being more loving. There's the potential. There's the potential, definitely. Elisa, there's no need for you to ask all the time for Ive reading. Like, I read your comment. Ive is on the list, but it's a long list, and I'm just one person, so it's going to take a while. Okay, I'm going to pull cards for the group Keys of Life, that this group is new, I believe. Okay. For Keys of Life, we start with some reversals that I usually don't read reversals, but they came up like this, so I'm going to read them. Yeah, they are on the list. Yes, Hive, is Ive and Le Seraphim are on the list. Probably next week I'm going to be reading for them because I also have Hypen and I have NCT as well. So yeah, they are on the list. They definitely are on the list. I'm slowly making my way through it. But yeah, I want to do them for the channel. Like, I don't want to pull cards on the live stream because no one watches the live stream, only the people that attend. So, it's like, I feel like sometimes when I read in the live stream, no one pays attention to it. So, so it's like I prefer to leave it on the channel. Okay, for Keys of Life, we start with the 10 of Wands in reverse, the Death card, 7 of Swords, and Knight of Wands. And for Song Khan, I'm going to have to pull cards for him now because I know he's enlisting. I don't know when, but if he enlists, I cannot read for him anymore until he comes back. So probably I'm going to pull cards now because then afterwards I'm not going to be able to do that. But yeah, for this group, for Keys of Life, there's something very interesting actually, and this is why I decided to keep the reversals, because it shows me how slowly they had developed this resilience, I would say. Like, there's something about them not like letting go of the weight of their shoulders. I don't know what happened to them in the past. I don't even know where they come from. I don't know. But there's something about them taking a weight off their shoulders and being like, yeah, like, let's start all over. So I don't know what happened. Like, I don't know where they come from. I don't know. But yeah, and talking about this, I pulled an extra card and they got the star, rejuvenation. So this is what I was feeling, because we have the 10 in reverse, that is about carrying all these weights, being exhausted, like really trying really hard to make it and not being able to make it. But we have the Death card, so there's something about this weight finally being tossed to the side and being like, okay, let's start over with less weight, with less tension, with less like overworking, and just like, let's start over. And I think that they actually made the correct decision, because, hey Fluffy, thank you for joining. We continue with the 7 of Swords. So it's also about like, let's cut the BS. Like, I don't know if they were lied to in the past or they were scammed by someone in the past, but it seems like they are really like starting over with a fresh new beginning, and they are also coming towards the people that done them wrong in the past, if they have a past, if they're a rookie group. I don't know. I don't know, guys. Does anyone know about Keys of Life in history? I don't. But why am I getting that these girls didn't start very well? That the beginning was nothing uh, like peaceful, was not peaceful at all. Like something happened, and they had to start over. They had to start with like a new strategy, and actually they are fighting. Do they have haters? I feel like they have a lot of people against them. I don't know why, but they are fighting them. They are fighting them. They definitely are fighting them. And with the star card, with rejuvenation, I have this very strong feeling that the girls are here to shine again. So if they're coming back with a new project, or if they're coming back with something new, this is going to work out. Finally, things are going to start to look good for her. For them, for her. I don't know. I said her. I don't know. I don't know if maybe there's a specific member that really struggled, probably. But I don't know. It seems like they went to war and came back. What happened to these girls? Does anyone know where they come from? Because if they're rookies, it doesn't make any sense, all this struggle. Like, I can see them really wanting to make it, wanting to survive, I would say. Like, they're very passionate. They are very passionate. But they had to introduce a huge change. They had to start over. The way they were doing things, it wasn't working anymore. They had to start over. Yeah, they got the star card again in this different deck. They got the star card again. So yeah, it's meant to be, it's in their destiny to actually for this group. Maybe in 2024 is going to be their year that they're going to shine a lot. They are going to shine a lot. Fluffy, do you have a duo or a ship that you want to ask about that we haven't read for in the past? I'm going to pull cards now for Songkang and Juhun. Songkang and Juhun. Okay. I'm getting reversals, and I don't know why. Because the cards were all upright, but I don't know why. Like, I'm getting reversals. Well, from some count, we start with the Five of Wands and the Temperance. And from her side, we start with two reversals, with the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles. Then they have the Nine of Cups as the relationship as an overall. What's going on with Songkang? Do they know each other from another project? Because I think that he actually managed to slow down. These people. Like, I don't understand why they type that on the channel because, like, I'm not black, but what if I was? Like, oh my God, people are just like, awful. Um, when I read these cards for Song Kang, when it comes to this, for this girl, I think that at first he had a sort of like, I don't think that is an argument. I think that is more like competition. It's more like sort of like, if you're going to work with me, you do better. Like, if you're going to work with me, like, you better fix certain things, and I get it, like, I don't know why, like, but also I think that he can get like that, a bit petty, like I don't know if he has like a huge ego, of like, I'm the star, so you better. And I know that she's a star as well, so. But I think that there's something with the Five of Wands, it's like, I'm not going to make things easier for you. So I don't know what happened, but he also has the Temperance. So with the Temperance, it means that he slowed down. Like, he probably started being a bit not so pleasant, or being a bit like having his guards up and being like, I work like this and I do things like this, and sort of having this attitude. I don't know what I'm getting, Aries vibes. I know he's not an Aries. I know he's a Taurus guy. But there's something about him, I have my conditions. Like sort of having this attitude. But with the Temperance, I believe that he calmed down. Once he started working again, he sort of calmed down. He was like, okay, I have to breathe. Okay, like, I shouldn't be, but I don't know, maybe he said something to her, or he just made a comment about him being a professional or something like that, because she got these cards, the Nine of Swords and the Nine of Pentacles in reverse. So definitely whatever he said, it affected her sort of self-esteem, and she probably was very nervous working with him or working next to him. There's something about her not wanting to spoil things. So what's going on? Like, what's, not making my girl look very like, and also, the Nine of Pentacles is also a card that talks about individuality. So it's about like you not being able to shine on your own because maybe someone else is shining and not you. So a bit of ego in here. I would say a bit of ego. But yeah, the relationship as an overall, we have the Nine of Cups. So actually the project was well. Like, actually, I think that they made up, like, because the Nine of Cups in here, it says emotional stability. So if they had some hurt feelings, if they had some, I think that there was something that happened, and I think that it was all the time. But something was said that one of the parts got offended. But I think that they made up at the end. At the end, I think that they made up because they have the Nine of Cups. So, and I also think that they probably saw the project or the evolution of the work, and they were like, yeah, this was great. Like, we actually did it very well. We worked very well, or maybe we achieved our chemistry, or we achieved what we wanted to achieve. So yeah, I'm kind of satisfied with how things went. But yeah, with the Nine of Swords, I think that the guys just wanted this to be over, honestly. Like, it's like, I want to go home. I want to go home and rest. Both of them. Like, I want to go home and disconnect. I don't know, maybe the recording was very challenging, but it seems like both of them were very nervous. So I wonder what went on in there, but a lot of guilt, a lot of guilt. So, but well, I'm not surprised. Every time I read for actors, it's like this. I'm not surprised. Like, they have so much pressure to do well, in the scenes and everything that they have to do that, it's not, it sort of affects the dynamic, because when you're under pressure, you can get a bit like, like sensitive. So like, everyone is demanding you to be a certain way, to act a certain way, to stand a certain way, and you're afraid to mess up, and so yeah. Hello. Jeongjun and Hyunin Kai. Okay. Jeongjun and Hyunin Kai. Jeongjun, Hyunin Kai. What happened between these two? Okay, from Jonghoon, we have the Ace of Swords, and the Five of Wands. Very outspoken, very, very communicative, and a bit bossy, I would say. And then from Hyunin Kai, we have the Seven of Wands and the Three of Cups in reverse. So there's something about Hyunin Kai being like, I don't want to hang out with you. like probably he hangs out more with other and then okay. And then the relationship as overall, we have the Queen of Swords, and then the Eight of Wands, that is action. So yeah, honestly, like seeing the card of action and this Queen of Swords in the middle, definitely there's a lot of pressure on the TXT members. And I think that definitely I can see this in this dynamic. I can see in between these two, I can see it. I can see how it affects their dynamic. I don't know if one of them is pressured to sort of like monitor the other, and the other feels on the defensive, like, you are not the boss of me, you cannot tell me this, like, Yeah, because from Jonghoon's side, we start with the Ace of Swords and the Five of Wands. So I think that Jonghoon, how can I say this? He's a very smart guy, and probably he has the power of communication, because he's very fast. He's very fast, to tell you like, okay, you done this wrong, like change this, and probably he talks a lot. He doesn't hold back. But I think that this also creates tension in the connection, creates tension. I believe that not just with Hyunin Kai. It probably creates tension with other members as well. Because there's something about him probably like holding this sword, the sword of like, I have the truth, or I know what's right, or I know what's going on, or I seen it, I have the information, I know best. So he is sort of a know-it-all, and he's very proud of it. And he probably is very competitive. He's probably is very competitive in his spirit. I think that he doesn't do it like on purpose, but I think that for Huening Kai is like, I'm not impressed. So I feel like Huening Kai sometimes doesn't want to hang out with anyone. Probably. I kind of agree with you, Fluffy. I kind of agree with you. Look at this. First, the defensiveness. The defensiveness. And the Three of Cups in reverse is like, I don't want to hang out with anyone. So, yeah, I think that it's not about Johun. I think that it's just him being an emo. I don't know. But probably, the guy is tough. The guy is tough to get close to, and probably, I don't know why I get that the guys are going through a lot of like, why are these people coming up? They don't have anything to do with their lives. I think that probably there's something about them feeling very pressured, because I don't know, Fluffy, do you remember this Queen of Swords from the reading? I don't know why I feel like in TXT readings, this comes up a lot, this female. And then with the card action. See, I think that someone is also responsible for sort of creating tension between the members. I see a lot of competitiveness. But also, I think that there's one that is like, okay, yeah, you mess up in here, and the other one is like, don't talk to me like that, because I'm not in the mood. So there's tension, which is healthy in a dynamic. Honestly, it's healthy. But yeah, with Huening, I definitely see him on the defensiveness. So I wonder why he feels so attacked. I wonder what kind of feedback they give him, that he sort of feels like, oh, it's always me. You're always pointing at me. Like. But yeah, with the kind of action, definitely it lets me know that if there's some miscommunication, or if there's some disagreements, they definitely talk it out. They talk about it, or they do something about it. Because I can sort of see also maybe, even this queen being in the middle, but also being a mediator to sort of help take some actions against, these disagreements. And it's like, okay, guys, make up. Like apologize to each other, like work it, fix it, I don't know, but solve it now. I don't think that they just let it go, or they let it be. Hello, Chacharlino. Hello, Suchita. Yeah, I don't know. It's the hour, I don't know. The company also pushes him to be the fourth Genit boy. Yeah. I've seen Jong-hoon being this bossy before. They have a manager or choreographer who is a woman. They seem to respect her, but maybe at times there are tension. Yes. Yes, that's why when I see the word action, it's like they work it. There's tension or there's differences, but they they have people around them that are like, okay, let's resolve this. Let's do something about this. Like, let's resolve this. Like, it's not that they are like, okay, I'm going to pretend like nothing happened. No, the higher ups or the people that are around TXT, they don't let them, hold a grudge or just be, being disrespectful to each other. They are like, cut it, guys. Let's resolve this. Like, it's like, we get it. You are angry, you are frustrated, you are under pressure, but let's do something about it now and let's fix it so we can move forward. And with being the junior group of BTS must feel like a burden too. Yeah. Yeah. That too. 2024 is going to be very challenging for the high groups. They are going to be demanded to be the best, to do their best, to show up, to shine, to fill the gaps, I don't know. But, do you have any other duo or ship, guys, that you want me to pull cards for? Thank you for the likes, guys, for the video. Thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's going to be hard. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know why. I swear I wanted to be positive. Every time I pull the cards, I'm like, I swear. I try to stay positive. But there's some cards that I'm not seeing a consistent work. Like, I'm seeing some idols planning something and then like it seems like going backwards to square one. I don't know how to explain it, and it's not hiatus. I don't know if maybe the work is going to be, or the content is going to be limited. I don't know. I hope it's not COVID again, but Songkran is going to enlist soon, right? Because I have to do an individual reading for him then, if he's going to enlist soon. Because once he's gone, I'm not going to be able to pull cards for him. It's Mariana, guys. I just changed my username. Ah, okay. Okay. Hey, Mariana. How did the storm treat you, Mariana? I was thinking about you the other day. I was like, oh, Mariana is not here, and I wanted to ask her about. I wanted to ask you, Mariana, how are you with the? We had this strong storm here in our country, so I wanted to know how it affected you. If you guys are okay. El viento sonda. Yes, I know. Hope. Cover Victor Christmas. Hopefully, all of our idols are able to relax with family and friends. If they celebrate these holidays, I traded. Thank you, Hope, for being here. Maybe a reading about Shotaro and Sunchan. Okay. The dynamic between both of them. Have you seen Sunchan's apps? Yesterday I was scrolling through TikTok and I came across a TikTok of him in the practice room. He lifted his shirt up. the abs, like his face doesn't match those kinds of abs. Like, my God. But I mean, I'm not impressed because he's a Virgo man. So Virgo usually they work so hard on their bodies and their health and their things. They usually develop a lot of muscles, but they just wear very conservative clothing, so you never see it unless you sleep with them. So I'm not impressed. Like, I'm not surprised that he does have that hidden. Yeah, that too. That too. That too, Hope. That. Oh my, I said it. I said it before. Like, Taemin is the only Cancer man, Cancer idol that I would let him to gaslight me. To be like, Vanessa, you're crazy. Like, I never seduced you. You're crazy. It's all in your mind. I never did it. Like, it's all an illusion. Like, I don't know what went into you. Timmy got my jaw on the floor, me too. I was like, whoa. I told you this year Taming was going to come back more masculine, about embracing his masculine side, but I didn't expect that. I was like, oh, maybe this is a sexy concept. No. No, my God, he came to rule us all. Yeah. The storm was wilding in Mendoza, like in Buenos Aires. The storm caught me when I came back to home. How about you? A few parts of the ceiling kind of flew away, but we are okay. Yeah, Taming went crazy. Shotaro and Sunchan. Because tomorrow is Christmas, so I kind of want to give myself a reading for my bias. I kind of want to do it, but I'm not sure how I should pull some cards for. Yeah, but what about? Like, I don't know what to ask. Yeah, yeah, Charlino. Yeah. Okay. For Shotaro and Sunchan. For Shotaro, we have the Seven of Pentacles and the Sun. So Shotaro is so happy with Sunchan. Like, definitely he's like, we made it. Let's be happy. Let's be happy together. We made it. We made it. Shotaro is such a sweet soul. I don't know why I get the vibe of that. But yeah, from Sunchan's side, we have Seven of Cups and the Tower. And then the relationship between them, the Eight of Wands in reverse and the Three of Swords in reverse. So, yeah. Honestly, every time I read for Sunchan, I kind of feel like the guy is not that stable. Like, the guy is emotionally, I don't know why I get that the guy emotionally is not stable. Like, I think that he's doing okay. But seen from Sunchan's perspective, the Seven of Cups and the Tower, I mean, he's slowly, I think that in his connection with Shotaro, sometimes Shotaro, because Shotaro is so bright, is so positive, is so Sagittarius that you cannot believe, but also he's hardworking and patient. He is sort of in this leader vibe, so I sort of get this, being the one that, yeah, he's optimistic, but at the same time, he's the one that is like, slow down with the expectations. We just started. let's be patient, let's wait. Um, but I think that Sunchan, he's slowly like, probably he had this sort of fantasy of what being part of the group would be like. You know, he sort of had his hope in the clouds. You know, he had a vision. You know, when you have a vision, you start a job and you have a vision that, you know, oh, they promised you a lot of things. So you're like, oh, look, all these options, and bam, there comes the tower. The tower is like, no, you're, welcome to life. You're not getting this. You probably are going to get one of these, one if you're lucky. So there's something about Sunchan sometimes fighting to stay hopeful, you know, because I see Shotaro being so happy, so optimistic, and I see Sunchan's energy more like on the pessimist kind of side, you know, being like, everything is falling apart, everything is coming to crash, you know, everything is falling apart around me. I hate it, I don't like it. I probably Sunchan is a guy that he doesn't like conflict. He's a guy that he just prefers things to stay the way he knows them. He doesn't like abrupt changes. He prefers to stick around with the same people, with his group of people. You know, he's very emotionally attached like this. So I think that somehow he's a bit incompatible, I would say, at this, when it comes to mentality with Shotaro. I think that Shotaro sees possibilities and see hope where probably the poor Sunchan sees that his vision or his aspirations about, you know, what this life would be like is very different, and he probably feels a bit pessimistic sometimes. But I often, when I read for Sunchan, I worry about him. You know, I worry about his emotional stability. I wonder who is taking care of him, because I think that the guy is not very expression. Like, he doesn't express how sensitive he is. Like, he sort of is in denial. He's like, yeah, I'm okay. But there are some things that it does affect him. So I think that probably this is a reality check, guys, because, like, honestly, what he had in mind were fantasies. What he had envisioned were just fantasies. And also probably he was deceived. You know, probably he was lied to. You know, probably the people that were like, oh, you're going to get this and this and this, you know, and he was like, oh, yeah. And now he suddenly sees himself in the middle of the chaos, and he's like, what is going on? You know, but I think that this tower moment is necessary because he kind of needs to grow up a bit. Like, he needs to see the possibilities where, you know, like, being like, okay, like, yeah, it's not that bad, you know, sort of, because this is just the beginning. It's not that it's always going to be like this, you know, but he has to hang in there. And also with the Eight of Wands and the Three of Swords in reverse, you know, there could be some slowdown of their activities, maybe at the beginning of the year. They could actually, like, not go with hiatus, but I think that they could take a sort of a break in order to start over, because they need to fix some things. With the Three of Swords, they also need to fix some things as a group. They need to recover from a lot of things, you know, a lot of emotionality or emotional turmoils that they had happening to the group, you know, in this period. So they probably will need to rest a bit, you know, until they come back again. But they need to heal. They need to slow down, because probably, you know, they came up as a group, you know, they did all these presentations, they showed up everywhere, you know, and then the rumors came up, you know, and a lot of things happened in this year for Rise. That is the beginning, nevertheless, you know, yeah, it was a bit confusing, But it was the beginning. It was the beginning of the group, so they need to sort of slow down with the activities to come back stronger. When will you tap in Argentina? uh, yeah, soon is my birthday. Oh my God, don't remind me. I hate my birthday. Okay, I'm going to read for my bias. 2024 for him. I'm just going to pull 4 cards in total, not a fully spread because I want to read for him for the channel. But Utah. Well, who are these people? Who are these men? Who are these men? Okay, for Utah 2024, we start with the 9 of Wands. So the guy is never, his guard is never down. Never, never, never. The level of, like, my God, how is he holding on so tight to this? 5 of Swords, King of Swords, King of Pentacles. And then from the other deck, he got the 2 of Pentacles, priorities. For 2024, I think that Utah will still have to fight unfairness. He will still have to fight opposition, restrictions, feeling like he's oppressed, like they don't let him do what he wants to do, and him fighting a few people. At the end, I can sort of see him succeed because he's very stubborn, so he wants to make it. But I also see someone that when it comes to, because, you know, the King of Swords is all about justice and you know, like, like someone like putting the law, you know, being like, okay, you signed this, so because you signed this, you have to do what I say. Something like this. So I sort of see him resisting this and having a lot of nasty discussions. Because honestly, they are sort of blocking his potential to make more money outside, to make more money for himself. He knows he is this. He knows he is the money maker for 2024. But somehow they don't let him go. They are like, no, you have to finish this here. You cannot go. You cannot go. You don't have my permission. You cannot go. And I have a paper here. I have a paper that says that you are not allowed to do what you want to do because you serve me first. You are not independent. Poor Utah. Like, honestly, like, I see him hanging in there. Like, definitely the guy, he knows. This is his attitude. Like, the guy is standing strong and stubborn. Like, he's tired, he's fed up, but he's standing strong. He's like, you know, I'm not giving up. So, he's no victim, but in the sense that it's never easy for him, never. And also, yeah, with the 2 of Pentacles, like, priorities, I think that probably there's something about, maybe about NCT, that he has to fulfill certain roles for NCT. And this could be in conflict with him wanting to do individual things. So him having to juggle the both options, you know. honestly, he could have in 2024 some issues with authority figures, some very nasty discussions with authority figures, because I see them like getting in the way. I see them getting in the way. Definitely. $17. Yeah, I see them like breathing in his neck, being like, you cannot do this. And they are powerful people. They are very influential people, definitely. It's not just a random manager being like, no, you shouldn't do that. No, it's just, it's someone important. What do you mean with break? At least it doesn't show some kind of break for him, right? You mean to rest? I want to pull cards for 17. It feels heavy for 17 as well. Like the other groups you read for before, you saw some kind of back to square one situation. No, yeah. No. He's not going to go back to square one. No. He's hanging in there in the 9 of Wands. He's not moving. No, he's not. Look how hard I worked to get here, to this 9 of Wands situation. Like, I'm tired. I'm exhausted. I'm being exploited in here, but I'm not moving. I'm not moving. This is my fight. Oh my God, these random people. Why? Look, for 17, I have to read for them for my channel also, but well, we start with the Death card, Justice, 5 of Cups, 8 of Swords in reverse, and then the High Priestess in reverse. And then I pulled an extra card and I got the Three of Cups in reverse also, that is the card of community. So what I'm getting for 17 is that justice is coming. There's going to be a huge change for 17. In the case of management, maybe. There's something about them winning against someone. So I don't know if they are liberating themselves from some kind of contract that it wasn't beneficial for them. But definitely I see a liberation. I see a liberation of, poverty, or maybe a liberation when it comes to their liberties to be more successful or to do more things. I don't know. I see the justice getting involved and bringing change. The justice is here. So I think that, I don't know what happened with their company, or with there had been some issues in here that didn't allow the guys to actually get to a better state as artists. And also with the High Priestess in reverse is something about a secret coming out. something that maybe the audience is not prepared to know. Happy holidays, but it is going to come out. It's going to come out. So maybe, situations weren't that easy for the guys, but I see justice coming. I see justice coming. And also, with the Three of Cups in reverse, the keyword is community. So I think that for 17 is more about them finally maybe being more independent from, the usual we are family or we are part of this or we used to be part of this. It's more about like we want our name. We want, our individual, like we are like there's a lot of people in 17 of course, but there's something about them owning themselves. It's like we want to own ourselves. Like we don't want to belong to someone that actually they didn't treat us right. They took advantage of us. They didn't give us the permission, the liberty, the opportunity to do more because we were attached to certain conditions. Some of the guys will have to enlist next year, I think, as Coops and John have. Yeah. But justice is coming. They are going to set themselves free from something. And I think that probably is also fears. The guys are some of them, because there's a lot of members. But I think that some of them see some things as possibilities and are very grateful about it, and some others are against certain managements. Some feel very restricted. Some feel like, we want to go back to ourselves. Like, no community here. With the Three of Cups in reverse, it's like, we don't need of each other's communities. We are a community. Like, I don't know. But finally, the justice is for them. And they're going to liberate themselves. They're going to liberate themselves. They definitely are going to liberate themselves. But I think that for 17 is complex because, and every time I read for 17, I get this vibe. I get this vibe that there's people that, it's not that the guys are ungrateful for the opportunities that they're getting. Definitely life is changing for them and they are being presented with a lot of more freedom, especially like as artists, they are more free. And they have a lot of potential, like they are not poor anymore. I don't know if you think this. They are sort of like getting away from the lack of resources or just always hearing the same excuse of like, no guys, we don't have this. We don't have this for you. No, like you guys should manage. But I think that there's some people that kind of miss that. There's some members that they're like, I kind of miss when we didn't have that much. I don't know why. This is why I think that it's so hard to be like, oh, the group thinks this. Because actually there's some of them that really want to go back to the past. And then there are others that are so happy that they have what they have now. Yeah, I feel it. I feel the restriction. Definitely. But they need to get away from, I don't know if they're still like under contract. Yeah, maybe because money comes in exchange of their freedom. Yeah, but I can sort of feel it like, it's like we made ourselves. Like we made ourselves. Like we were this before you guys came. So it's not like they were created yesterday. And actually, like it does make sense. Like I kinda think about this, and I think that it sort of reminds me of a personal situation that I had while I started a new job at a place as a salesperson, and because they were different, they were a certain brand of different products. I had a 2 week training process. 2 weeks. And well, that period of training ended, and then I finally started working. Like, yeah, I was doing a lot of sales. It was great. Like, everything was awesome. The clients were happy. And I remember hearing my supervisor or my boss, talking and also praising this woman that she was in charge of my training, like being like, oh yeah, because she is her pupil. She learned everything. We are doing so well because she had the training of this woman. And I was listening to that. I was like, what? I was like, I couldn't believe. I heard it from afar because it wasn't. They were talking about me, but they were far. Like I wasn't included in the conversation. I heard it. I just heard it, and I felt so disgusted because I was like, you think that a 2 weeks training made me the salesperson, like, as if I came 2 weeks ago not knowing anything about sales? I have been working as a salesperson the last 15 years. Like, a 2 weeks training, and you're saying that I am this good because of those 2 weeks training. You know how stupid that sounds? And also, not to mention that the experience was so lame, because instead of them introducing to me the products, they would give me these flyers, these sort of like these small books with the characteristics of the products, and then they would leave for lunch breaks. And this lady would always be sitting in her computer, like being like, oh, like, would you go and buy me something to eat? Like, or she would always be talking about food and be like, oh, we should go to this restaurant around the corner that it's so nice. Like, and I was like, but I'm here to learn. Like, I'm here to work. I'm not here to eat. But no, yeah, let's take a break. Everything is paid already, so let's go have lunch at this place. So, and she was like this coach. She was like amazing, in my supervisor's eyes. And I'm sure she was paid a lot for training me and others. But I was like, I think that the last week I was like already like taking customers and just attending them and talking to them because I couldn't stand being near her because she was all the time like seated and not doing anything except talking on the phone and playing with her phone. So see, like, and I think that for 17 is like this. It's like, yeah, we are doing great. Definitely you can see like the improvement of the quality of our things, our comeback, we're doing amazing. But the talent and what we do wasn't built yesterday. This is what I think that the message is, that there's some frustration with this. Like, especially, I probably think that the fans know this, but maybe just a casual company stand, is like, oh, because 17 is doing better, like, look how much 17 grew. And it's like, but 17 has always been amazing. Always. Like, Place was insanely strict with them back then. Yeah. Yeah. That's what I was so like, what? Like, you just met me 2 weeks ago and you are somehow responsible of my ability to do my work right. Stupid people. Stupid people. They did it themselves, yeah. Oh, I think Elisa asked me to read I'm going to pull some cards for Somi. Sumi, was it? For Somi? Where is your comment? And then I'm going to go because I'm tired. Somi. So many cards. Hmm. Hmm. 6 cards came out like this. They spread like this. They came because I don't know why about this deck. Like, they sort of like stick together. I don't know. Like, it's weird because it's so glossy that it gets weird. But I don't know. I just put 6 cards for Somi. Okay. We start. Page of wands, 2 of wands in reverse, the Emperor in the middle, King of Pentacles, Queen of Swords, Page of Cups. There's a lot of people like talking about Somi's love life, right? Who she dating? Who is she dating? Is she dating an idol? Is she dating? I can see it here. Seek truth. The Hermit. Seek truth. I honestly think that definitely Somi is working on something. Like, she is very hardworking. Like, she's very diligent. Like, she definitely manages herself. Like, I believe that, well, she is a soloist, so I sort of see her with her energy being like, okay, like, here I am, here I go. Like, what can I do? Like, do you have any opportunities for me? Like, like, I have a lot of energy. Like, I'm really, But then with the Two of Wands, there's something about probably, what she wants to do or what she wants to create is very fresh. It is not very well planned. I think that the girl definitely has the drive, she has the talent, she has the charisma, she has the personality. Like, definitely she can run a company by herself. But I think that probably, like, her ideas just vanishes. Like, maybe, there's something about her maybe talking about it or announcing it to the fans, and then eventually it comes down to nothing. There's no materialization. There's planning, there's a lot of excitement, there's a lot of theories, there's a lot of conversation, and you see her everywhere, or you see her participating and being very sociable, not being hidden. But with the Emperor in the middle, I think that there's a very strong figure, masculine figure, that is the one that is putting her down. Definitely here I see a man, I see a boss, I see a CEO, or I see someone influential for her. That is the one that is holding her down. That is the one that is like, no, you don't choose by yourself. Like, this is a man's world. So you do what I tell you to do. I see men trying to dominate Somi. I see men trying to tell her how she should live her life or how she should, like, and I see her like sort of herself like wanting to rebel this, wanting to rebel this. But I think that also the men, maybe there's something that I think that when I see this, I also can see her father, like a father figure. It's not just a boss. I think that definitely she's surrounded by very strong-headed men that somehow is like they seem to, be wanting the best for her, but they also restrict her a lot. They seem to always be being behind her, like always being like somehow like scolding her, or being like accompanying her and taking over space, like don't leave her alone, and they don't let her like expand as a woman, as a young girl, not young girl, young woman. Maybe she wants to be more spontaneous in life. Maybe I feel like she wants to collaborate with people. She really is a very collaborative person, that she would do very well collaborating with others. But here with the emperor, I see a very rigid figure, someone that is like, no, I don't like it. Or no, you don't do that. So I think that if this is a CEO, she should get away from this. She should get away from this because this person is so stubborn, is so inflexible. They are not going to let her like explore options. They are not going to let her. They sort of want to keep her in a box and get her out whenever they want to. Could it be that she sort of starts working for someone else? Because I see another man in here. I see the King of Pentacles. I see the King of Pentacles with the Queen of Swords. It could be a couple. With the Page of Cups. Sort of like offering her, like, come work with us. Come work with us. I don't know if these people have a company or if they have a business and they're like, come work with us. With us, you're going to do better. And also, she got the Hermit in reverse. That in here, the Hermit, the keyword is seek truth. And it's in reverse. So I think that definitely, I think that Somi is 2024 is going to be challenging because probably because of fame and exposure, because of her being always exposed, there's something about her probably not knowing what is real, what is truth, and what is not. And I sort of see her contributing to maybe sometimes revealing a lot about herself. Because the Hermit in reverse, it does give me like, maybe you should slow down from, not from the public, but there's something about her, maybe she does share a lot. And I don't think that it's about her letting know the fans, like, oh, this happened to me. But I think that probably in the industry, because she knows a lot of people, maybe people talk about her. There's some professional envy. So the Hermit in reverse is like, maybe you should be a bit more hush a bit. Don't share everything you know. Because there's a lot of like restrictions. There's a lot of restrictions. I see the father here. The father is very, it's like, like, I don't know how to say this without sounding hurtful, but I think that, does he have like sons? Does he have a son? Because there's something about him wanting a son, not a daughter. Like being that toxic masculinity. Very controlling, you know what I mean? And also, because I see this couple, and I seen this. There could be some revelation about who she's dating. I think that she could be the one that gives it away. This is why when I think that she talks too much, like she, I don't know why. It seems like she reveals a lot. Like, I don't know if she thinks that people or friends or fans or the internet people are her friends, and there's something about her being like just talking casually and just people, you know, doing the math and be like, oh, it's that guy, and that guy is really wanted. That guy has a crazy fandom. So I see her very much in love and being like, yeah, I'm going to live my life for you. But for him, it's like, you know, because I think that there's something about, I don't know, I see this and I sort of picture her energy that when something good happens to her, she cannot wait to tell people about it. And maybe she when she's in love, or I think that she wants to be in love. I don't think that she is in love with someone in particular. I think that she just wants to be in a relationship. And I think that this sort of makes sense because we have this very restrictive masculine figure in the middle. So somehow I think that probably she's looking for a partner. She's looking for a very stable one, or a very, you know, someone that can protect her somehow, or someone that can lend her money. I don't know, something. And she's like, okay, I'm going with you. Take me. Take me away. Because my life is full of restrictions, so please, like, I want to live life. She sort of wants to get away from the restriction. But with the Hermit in reverse, I think that she could be sharing a lot, you know, and people are not as happy. People have mixed feelings about her. I don't know if she's the kind of person that she would have this personality that people are like, oh, she's showing off. Oh, she's doing this because she's showing off. And I don't need to tell you that if she is, in 2024, she starts dating someone influential or a very famous idol, obviously, the public's opinion is always going to defend the male idol. And because she is a female, it's like, oh, she did it on purpose. She wants to take advantage of his popularity. She wants to ruin his career. She did, you know, so, I don't know. Yeah, she's looking for love. She wants to be in love. Is someone rich? Like, I don't know if I could call him rich. but it's influential. Could be older than her also. But he's very spoiled. Probably, I don't know, maybe it's an idol that he doesn't make that much money, but he is treated like a prince by others. So, you know. So I would advise her to, if she's happy, to not reveal it to the public. Don't give hints. Don't even bring that subject. Keep denying everything. And I would say even hide it. Hide it from the authority figures in her life. Hide it. Hide it. Because they're going to ruin it for her. They're going to ruin it for her. So I would advise her to, you know. Okay, guys, I'm going to go. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. Thank you so much for joining the live. Have a great, spend a great holidays, Christmas Eve if you celebrate it. So thank you so much, guys. Thank you for being here, for your support, for always being here, for being so consistent with me. Thank you for the beautiful community that we always build, always respectful, and always very loving towards each other, and never forgetting that, yeah, we're talking about K-pop, yeah, we're talking about tarot, yeah, we're talking about idols and K-dramas, but the main reason for all this is for us. For us to do better, for us to feel better, for us to find a bit of moment of happiness and connection with each other. We matter also. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Take care. Bye.